Joan Rivers began badgering audiences way back in the 1960s. After performing in numerous stand-up comedy clubs, she began making appearances on The Tonight Show with Johnny Carson. Her brash Brooklyn bark provided the perfect complement to the below-the-belt humor that left no one out of the firing line. Catty gags like, "Is Elizabeth Taylor fat? Her favorite food is seconds," were balanced out with pokes at herself like, "I've got flabby thighs, but fortunately my stomach covers them." "Can we talk?" became her catchphrase, and her endless stock of low blows kept her in business as a top comic until the late 80s. By then, her addiction to plastic surgery had turned her into her own caricature, and it appeared she'd taken the self-parody as far as it could go. She sank to the depths of despair in 1987 when her husband and producer, Edgar Rosenberg, committed suicide. In one fell swoop, she'd lost her companion of 22 years and the use of her trademark bored husband jokes. According to her autobiography, Bouncing Back, she then developed bulimia and entertained her own thoughts of suicide. After that, Joan's stand-up career gave way to a sit-down career as a daytime talk show host. However, she did get back on her feet with help from her daughter Melissa, hosting pre-award show for E! Entertainment, which involved hanging around on red carpets and harassing passing celebrities.
We are the critics of the show, and we never can forget. We are there to do the show for the people watching at home. It is not about the people that you interview making chit-chat with them. It's about saying what you think for the people at home to agree or disagree with you.
Clearly taking her job as a fashion critic very seriously, she adopted a strict regime ahead of the Golden Globes.
Well, I like to gain weight. So I represent the fatties at home. So I think it's very important. I have to force feed myself 10 to 12 extra meals a day. No, you starve and you try to look good in the fit. Melissa had her fittings last night.
And I have to have more on Saturday because it wasn't working.
The mother and daughter act gathered momentum, and by 2005, they graduated to the Oscars.
This is the big award show. So there's, the Golden Globes, everyone's drinking, they're having a great time. The Oscars are the Oscars, and everybody treats it accordingly. It's like going to grandfather's house, your rich grandfather's house, for dinner, and they're going to discuss whether or not you're in the will.
Together, they've been able to meet the challenges of working with tricky A-listers.
Oh, Tommy Lee Jones, who just grunts. The usual ones. Who else, Melissa? That I'm just thinking.
It's whoever it becomes a chore to.
Yeah.
If it's a chore, don't come down the red carpet. That's fun. I mean, that's the thing is, most of the people, and you know this, I would say a good 90% are actually having a good time with it. And it's that 10% that it's such a painful chore to that it just dampens your whole evening.
Russell Crowe.
Not that Joan is easily impressed.
Sometimes you meet an A-lister and they're like a little person.
Having proved she was still sharp-witted enough to mix it with the cream of Hollywood, she decided it was high time to remind the world that she was an A-lister in her own right. In 2009, at the grand old age of 75, she set off on her work-in-progress by a life-in-progress world tour.
Most importantly, what are you guys going to be wearing on the carpet?
I wish I knew.
I'm going naked.
No, I have my first fitting tomorrow.
She's going to. I've gotten mine is a Pamela Dennis dress, and it's very, very, very pretty. It's very, very pretty. It's not very, very, very pretty. It's very, very pretty. I'm getting it free. It's okay. It sucks.